church. Hope that the fast and the praying is going well, that you're still on track, and that everything is going good with you and your families. Today I wanted to just encourage you with a quick testimony. It's quite recent and it's very exciting. So about a year ago, I got this annoying feeling that it was time for me to leave the current school that I'm teaching at. And it wasn't after a bad day, it was a relatively normal day, so I figured, okay, maybe this is not just one of those things. So I started praying and I said to the Lord, you put me here, so whenever you're ready. And I figured, faith without works is dead, so I also put my CV out there. I sent it to a school that I wanted to work at. Even though there wasn't a vacancy advertised, I just thought, God, you laid this on my heart, so it's time to go. The next day, the principal actually responded to say there is a vacancy, and we arranged for an interview. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out based on the nature of the position. So I thought, okay, maybe it was just too quick. So I continued and didn't really think much of it, prayed a bit, and I figured maybe it was just one of those things. Later in the year, I saw there was a vacancy at a private school that I'd wanted to work at for many, many years. While I was still studying, I said, this is the school I want to work at. And I applied, and I didn't even hear anything back. So that really discouraged me, and I thought, but Lord, you said it was my time, so I tried. Anyway, I continued, and I just prayed, and I said, okay, Lord, it's in your hands, I'm done. You do what you need to do. And not even 2 weeks later, I was actually headhunted from a school, quite a prestigious school, a little bit far, but one I didn't really consider that it would be a possibility. And the person said, look, would you be interested? I know you're currently teaching, but it is a position for the next year coming. So I said, okay, well, this is out of the blue, and obviously it wasn't, but I hadn't even thought about leaving much more after the second time I was rejected, really. And I spoke to my husband, and he said, you know what, this is something that we've spoken about, so maybe it's time. So I submitted my CV, and the interview was more of a conversation than anything else. And the principal said, okay, cool, we'll give you until the end of this term, and you can start in the second term. And I said, okay, wow, this is much quicker than I anticipated, because I teach matrics, so I thought there'd be time for me to hand over properly. And truly, God says when it's His time, it's His time. And in Isaiah 60, verse 22, at the end, it says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make a way. And that is exactly what He did. So I'm looking forward to starting my new chapter, but I've learned in that process that faith in God is faith in His timing as well. And even though things may take longer than we expect, we need to still trust that God will make a way.